This is a rather expensive way to sleep in your car called the DeepSleep mattress. It's priced regularly at about $200 for one side of the two-door Bronco variant and about $160 after you find a discount code to remove the leveling mat, which I have replaced with a plastic box. I don't know why the camera died, but I'm just going to go for it. So, this is the top of the mattress. It's got this little guy right here, which is meant for you to press. If your mattress is too firm, it lets air out, and you can hear. That's probably why I was having trouble getting air out of the mattress. It was letting air out. And then there's this one right here, which opens to a one-way valve, which I think is so that you can blow it up manually, but this thing has a nice feature called self-inflation, which basically just means that you kind of roll it up to where it goes. Up there. You can't really see that, I know. Then you walk around here, and you really wish you knew how to turn the flash on your camera on, but you don't. So you're still not gonna. And you open up the big section of the little twofer. And you may not be able to hear it, but that's inflating. It's actually inflating very quickly. That is the nice part about this whole setup is it's a great little... For setting up, it's much faster than unpacking is, if you ask me. See? DeepSleep. So, you just roll it up like that, and it just inflates. And I will probably be home whenever I cut to it. This, whenever it's fully inflated. This particular camera is basically just terrible, but as you can see, between then and now, the DeepSleep mattress has gone from that thick to that thick, and that's because it's inflated itself, and you can kind of, no, you can't see that at all. Hang on. Alright. Well, change it to the other beam style, huh? So like that. Yeah, you really can't, you still can't really see. You can kind of see that the mattress kind of forms around that cup holder there. And then also, it doesn't really matter right now, but it does form around where the center console would be. Let me walk around there and show you why it doesn't matter right now. And it's just the way that I have all of this set up. So, I've actually kind of done it wrong. Let me explain. So, you can kind of see down there, that's my seat bottom, and then that's my seat back. There's a headrest in there. You can see them. But that seat bottom, generally speaking, what I have been doing is I've been unbolting it, which is only 2 bolts. Sorry. I've been unbolting it, which is only 2 bolts, and then wedging it on top of the headrest and in between the seat back, which makes a really nice solid platform for me to sleep on. Now, to stop the DeepSleep from inflating further, all you have to do is kind of close that up. And then it's solid. I mean, it doesn't look super solid, but whenever you actually put your body on there, it is solid. And you can see, well, actually, you really can't see. Stupid winter dark. You can kind of see. That's the edge of the mattress. That's the center console. It's cut out to fit around that, as well as the other spot that I already showed you. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too dark for me to continue filming right now, I think. Now, all of that being said, this cost me $155. I'd say it was worth it. I've slept on it for 2 nights now, and I hate to say it, but it is nearly as comfortable as my bed at home. The two-door Bronco is, well, short. This mattress is tall enough for me, but I am 5 foot 5 inches tall. And my feet, there's a gap here in between where the mattress ends and where the tailgate begins. My feet can stick down in there, and my head can be hanging off the edge of that mattress. Don't ask me how, I just know it's possible. I am a side sleeper in general, so it doesn't really bother me, but for anybody much taller than me, you know, let's hit 5'11", 6 foot, higher than 6 foot, this is really pushing it. And it may be easier if you do both sides up as a bed, but then where the hell are you going to put all your stuff? So I really can't recommend this for somebody who's much taller than me. I feel like 5'8" is probably pushing it for how tall you want to be with this. Now, that being said, the easiest solution to that is what I suggested earlier, where you move the bottom of the seat up and wedge it up against the back of that seat. And then you use two pillows. You put one up on the seat and then one for your head to lay on. And then you're going to be pretty comfortable, I would say. That's just speculation, though. I really can't speak for you. Now, the reason why all of this is something that I'm talking about, other than the fact that I just recently got it and I wanted to tell you guys about the DeepSleep, is because it's an expensive purchase. And for those of you who bought a Bronco and you wanted to go on an adventure, I personally don't like the idea of a rooftop tent. Not for me. And for you, maybe it is, and that's okay. But for me, it's just not the ideal solution. In fact, it's not really a good solution at all. Whereas this, I now have the benefits of the insulation of the car. I have cut Reflectix to all the windows, and I put little white Velcro dots around the side windows. That way those can kind of stay where they belong. You can see those on both sides, top and bottom. Anyway, I have made Reflectix for all of my windows to keep light out and heat in as best as possible. And that helps a lot. It's still not perfect. I have a heated blanket that I ran for a pretty long time the first night I used this, and it's still cold. I mean, it really is. But if you want to go camping, especially in the winter, and you have a two-door Bronco, and you don't want to deal with a tent and all the layers that come with that, get one of these. It's an expensive purchase. I mean, mine was basically $190 once you factor in shipping, which is a lot of money. But it makes sleeping in your car that much more comfortable. Because I tried this with a twin mattress, because I have a leaky twin air mattress in the basement. I tried sealing that one up and fixing it. It did lose air, but it also was majorly uncomfortable. And it could just be the shape of the car. It could just be that it was an air mattress. And it could just be that it was losing air the whole time I tried to sleep on it, but it was terrible. And this was not. It's a weird shape for a mattress. It's kind of short. Other than that, it's excellent. And now, my solution, which I don't have fully set up, is a fitted sheet on the bottom, which is what you can see here. A loose sheet, and I use Twin XL sheets because that's what I have left over from when I went to college. The heated blanket that plugs into the Bronco's handy-dandy. You can even see that 12-volt accessory port right there. Unfortunately, that's not hooked up to the battery. That is, it shuts out after about an hour worth of time, which is terrible. So you have to, recycle the ignition every time you want to turn it back on. And then a big, fluffy blanket on top. Kind of like how you set up a bed, but with a heated blanket in the middle. And I am short enough that the heated blanket covers most of my body, and it generates enough heat that I was actually really toasty the first time I used it. And I had it on high because I didn't realize how hot it would be. So that is what I would recommend for the DeepSleep. These little guys are available at like Walmart or Target. They're just little like Sterilite storage bins. You can't even tell what that is, but it's a storage bin. And then this is like the smallest Ozark Trail cooler they have at Walmart. This is all my food, and also it's usually pretty empty, so my pillow stays in there for storage. I have a drill back here. That's just personal preference. It's one of the Makitas from the 90s. This toolbox right here has everything I might need for my car, 2-inch receiver, ratchet straps, whatever you can think of. And this one right here is just basic tools because I do a lot of, handyman crap, because I like to call myself a handyman. I'm not, but I like to think I am anyway. I did steal the badges off the side of my truck, if you couldn't tell by the big glowy Big Bend right there. I like the way it looks without them, and that's why. Now I think I'm gonna try and talk about why I think covering this right now, just before Thanksgiving, is kind of important, other than the fact that I just got it. I picked a very busy road to sit by to film the last part of this video. I'm actually filming this first because it's getting dark, if you couldn't tell. The camera doesn't really show it off that well. And there's going to be a lot of road noise because of cars. that'll be nice for you. Now, I wrote a script for this, but I don't really feel like reading off of it, so I'm not gonna. The reason why I feel like this is an appropriate topic for Thanksgiving comes down to two things. I am very fortunate to be in the financial situation that I'm in, where I can sit by busy roads on a day before I have to work and film YouTube videos. No, I'm just kidding. There's another one. And another one. I have a beautiful car, a new car at that is very capable off-road. It's no Jeep, I'm sure, but I've never had a Jeep, so for me, it's more than enough. I live with my parents, so I don't have to pay rent. I don't think I've ever seen this many cars on this road. Ever. God damn. I have the luxury of choosing to sleep in my car when I go camping, because I like to. It keeps me warmer at night. It's a little bit more comfortable and I feel safer. Not everybody has that choice. And I don't think you often realize that not everybody has that choice until you really think about it, you know? So, for me, this DeepSleep Overland sleeping mat that I was all like, I'll try it out. It made me realize, like, I am really fortunate, first of all, that I had the opportunity to try that out, and that also I don't have to sleep in my car every night. It's a choice. I do it because I want to, not because I have to, and that is not a choice for everybody. And those people who don't have that choice, they don't have the support network that I do, and maybe you do too. I have a small family, but a family that loves me. They really, truly care about me, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, I have 10 people who I could turn to at any point in time and say, hey, I need your help, and they'll help me. And maybe not all the time, and maybe not with ridiculous requests, but most of the time. And that is a very lucky situation to be in, and it's something that, especially given the time of year that it is, it's a couple days before Thanksgiving, it's something to reflect on, because I am thankful. I'm grateful, you know? It's a fortunate life that I live. And I also am lucky enough that I can carry around plastic bags in my car and pick up litter off the ground, because there's quite a lot of it around here, which is really sad. This is a state park in Illinois, kind of near where I live. It's close enough that I can show out here for filming a video and get back home in time for supper, but they don't, so many cars, they don't allow camping, so I can't really camp here, but I will do my best to set up my setup before it gets dark, and I just wanted to take the last couple minutes of this video to reflect on, you know, I have a very fortunate life, and even when things don't go my way, or, you know, I'm struggling to deal with different groups or group projects, and loud-ass cars driving by, so many cars driving by, I am very lucky, and I am very thankful for that, because it is the time of year for me to really look back and say, wow, I'm really fortunate, and I have a family who loves me, and a roof over my head all the time, and I don't have to cram into a two-door Bronco. Honestly, I'm glad that I didn't have to start living in my car whenever I had my old car, because that was a Toyota Camry. And while it probably could have been done, I don't think it would have been nearly as comfortable as this is. And this is, to be frank, just not as comfortable as living at home. So for the people who, this holiday, are forced to live in their car because of a situation they're in, first of all, I applaud you. You are stronger than I will ever be. But also, I hope that so many cars in this, this holiday season, that you find somebody to share what you have with. And you may not have a lot. I mean, all it takes is a hug, or a firm handshake, or a smile, to tell somebody that they matter to you and that you care about them. And you should really consider giving somebody that smile or that handshake, or just telling them that you care or that you're there for them. Whether you're the fortunate one or the less fortunate one, it doesn't matter. We are all humans, and we all need somebody. And that's a lesson that a lot of us can stand to learn. So happy Thanksgiving.